I think I know how they looking. You got it, hey, you in trenches of boogie. I don't do this, but I saw the kids. Okay, too much room in the Maybach. She don't know what to do with herself. Pulled up clean, Ajax. She on that white bread like a patty melt. In the Rolex, tell where the date at. In the city where I know all the hate at. Lightweight, but you know where the weight at. The pick touchdown, I'm a fucking Tom Brady. Touch, now, heavy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Silence on the gun so it make no sound. She on the snow like an old red sled. I turn her down like a hotel bed. She want the red light. She's in for a year. What she in for? Infrared. I'm working my shit. I'm popping my shit. Y'all niggas ain't stopping my shit. I'm pushing my shit. I'm busting my shit. Told y'all I'm fucking my shit. Cook up about something really lit. Got rich. Y'all talking shit. Fuck around and get your hit. And fuck your wrist. Little funky.
Hey, hello. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, probably too. Hold on. Dear.
What?
Where's the remote? Because I'm live. I'm trying to figure out how to make me go bye-bye. Here. Hello, live stream. Hello. You better hush. Do you see 15,000 windows? Or is that just, let me see what you see?
I don't know how they go from Gen 1 to this.
Yo, it is just the most right now. Can I tell you? It is, they're doing the most. The tornadoes. Yeah, okay, you hush. Okay, that's what you see right now. Okay. Awesome. Okay, then you see me if I move this. Yeah. Sorry, I know it's a hot mess, you know. We're figuring it out. I don't really want to be on the stream today. That's my goal. Give me a little piece of that black tape. That's what we can do. Hello, a quick hello from me. I'm just not, you know.
I don't know where it is, so you should know that.
There's some white tape in the bathroom. Okay, anywho. I am so snivelly. I'm allergic to life right now, by the way. Hold on. I'm not even... Look, let's not... How do I... Just, can you... Thank you. Okay. Yes, I'm working on some projects. It's a lot, okay? It's a whole lot. Don't judge me. I didn't exactly expect to be right on like that. Oh, Lord, here we go. And you're not going to save it, did you? Dadgummit. Let's not make fun of my email either. Why are you going to really do this to me? I'm about ready to do this. Share my screen from my phone. That would be easier. Oh, thank God. Okay. I recently changed my password. Okay. Give me some. It's been a long day. I don't know how to do this on the phone. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. Here, I got it. Thank you.
I don't know what you did, though.
Am I hidden? All right, y'all. Here we go. Yeah, new features. I'm gonna have to blow my nose here. I'm gonna take some allergy medicine, something. Okay. Look at this, y'all. As of right now, Jesus Christ, there are 5 tornado warnings in effect for our U.S. No, I can't. Why are y'all backwards? I can't. I can't work like this. Okay, this guy's in Texas. What? This is Mississippi. Don't let me lie to you. This is inside that significant severe perimeter. If you were with me earlier and I talked about the hatched risk and I said it was going to be an outbreak, if you were here and you recall that, this is right inside that area where it was hatched, where it had those black lines. This right here is going to be our rotation. You can see it's a little bit of a hook forming right here. There's a hell core on this side. This is actually a tornado that's been on the ground for a long time. I've been watching the coverage of it. It's been tearing things up for a moment. Kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you can put it, yeah. That'd be perfect. Jeez Louise. If you see, let me run it back to 14. Elijah. I'm running it back a sec. You got Ryan Hall on in the background here. Okay, you see this coming up here. Good Lord. What you see right here.
It don't look good.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Okay. The blue part that was just right there. This right here. That would be a tornado debris signature, which just means it's lifting things up high enough into the atmosphere where the radar can actually see it from a ways away. I mean, there's no close radar here. You may notice. That's really scary. It's also really scary that it becomes such a huge mass, as you can see. I mean, that's...
And also,
I'd have to look more than 20,000 feet in the air. I heard somebody mention 20,000. For it to be a mass that large, I would say more like 30. Look at this secondary hook that's developed over here.
We hope that it loses steam here because
right here.
It being over pretty
we got the tornado hunter right here.
Heads up in Hackberry and southern portions.
Hey, Leminar, hope you're doing so well, dear.
In the grass and on the shoulder on the left-hand side, you can buy back.
Another tornado warning that's going to last for like 21 minutes in
Connor Croft over here.
Feliciana parishes in Louisiana. Looks like this one's also going for a little bit of
we love that song.
Recycle.
You cannot see anything earlier. I have to share with y'all a screen. Look at that hook. I'll have to share a screenshot with y'all later that I took inside Radar Omega. That's the app that I'm using right now. FYI. Oh, Jesus. This PDS, particularly dangerous situation warning here, by the way, is it's really bad.
Yeah,
that is only for the most destructive tornadoes, so that's very worrisome.
It's literally just sucking up moisture and energy.
Very worrisome.
That's why it's been able to go so long. And that's why we're concerned that it might continue to go.
Amen, Ryan. Let him know. Good Lord.
Yeah, this is the definition of a long tracker. Just for those of you who might just now be tuning in, we're not done. Even let's say that the Port Arthur storm dies out before it gets to Lake Charles.
I'm going to guess right now it's going through a process of recycling is what I'm going to guess, because it looks like it's about to come back full swing. So I'm sure you're aware. I'm sure you've got about 15 alerts on your phone.
So once again, this is a
oh my Lord. So that's Cameron, Louisiana.
A new tornado watch is
we got another here. St. Helena, East Feliciana, Louisiana. Evangeline, Rapides, Vernon, Madison, Richland, East Carroll, and then in Copia, Mississippi. Let's see this one.
The overall risk looks like today.
You're down
The
there
areas in the
anyway,
red are where we expect to see
They are
the
just
strongest
really, I mean,
storms now.
they're just tearing shit up today. Here, let's
This
do
is also a
this.
good way to kind of show
Nope.
don't pay too close attention to those boundaries, because one of our biggest
Oh,
tornadoes
there they go. See,
has happened right
all
here.
of these are happening in this
Yeah,
hatch
outside
risk
of
we discussed
the
earlier.
red and the orange.
It's almost like the
But
Storm
the
Prediction
conditions are
Center
gonna
knows
be
what they're
most
doing or
favorable
something.
for tornado genesis right in here,
Who is that?
especially after sundown, especially
Oh,
in
Nathan.
Mississippi. Whenever the
Chasing
sun
IRL.
starts to set, we're gonna
Oh,
get
he
a
must be
rapid
all up in
increase
it.
our low-level jet, and we're likely to get a ton of tornadoes tonight.
Oof.
Make sure you have a plan in place.
Golly, that rotation is. And here you can see these are hail reports right here. 1.2 inch hail from the NextRad system automatically updates here in Radar Omega. 1.5 inch over here, 1.5 inch hail. So we're seeing 1+ inch hail all around this storm. That is very concerning.
We got to get out ahead of this ample canopy if we're going to have any
Velocity.
chance of any of these storms sustaining other than high-flooded QLCS type tornadoes.
I'm going to have to show y'all what I saw earlier. I literally saw the tornado form earlier, one of them in Texas, and it was a big mama.
That's nothing right there. Well, that's an update from right there.
See how crazy this is?
Shaved off a lot of our PDS
All
tornado
happening
warning.
within that area.
Now just Cameron Parish.
And look at all these hail reports right here.
There is still a major tornado ongoing here, and we'll likely see a new tornado warning issued soon. But it's going to be for a pretty rural area. Lone Pine, Five Lakes, all these places are in the path. And then eventually it's going to get
These
down
just
here
look
towards
really,
Hackberry.
really concerning.
And then that's when we'll
We're gonna check.
again,
Oh, what are you doing over here?
Still going on.
Brandon, have you found something for us, or are you
still?
Oh, he must. That's damage path right there. Yep. Down trees and power lines. Yep. He must have just been through one. Oh, let's see our boy over here. Come here, Brad. All these storm chasers, and there's other stationary cameras in the app as well that you can watch. You can check it on. Yeah, Radar Omega, I can't. The only thing I would say though about Radar Omega is it's definitely not for
I'm pretty
like, just
happy
the
with how
light
we're
weather
doing
watching,
right now.
unless you're willing to spend some time in their YouTube page and really try to figure out the features. I could see it being super frustrating for people who don't know what they're looking at the radar, because it has so much information that it can be very overwhelming. Look at this velocity signature. I forgot I could do this.
It's definitely got all kinds of
Look
stuff
at this. That is craziness. And look at all the lightning too.
Nice that you have access to all the shit they're looking at and everything, really.
Oh no, yeah, this is I mean, it's the same day. It's tied to the NextRad system and the same people that the same radar the NWS looks at to give warnings is this radar. So if you like to be up to date, if you know what you're looking at.
Should we be concerned in Lake Charles, Louisiana? Yes. Yeah, you're under PDS tornado watch. You're in the fire for a storm that
Oh my goodness.
produced several tornadoes today.
Here's some of the stationary cameras over here.
The storm does look.
It's not just him watching
at some point, it's like it's going to.
Yeah, I think he's on a flight right now. He was saying.
At this point, though, it's still very much a tornado-producing storm. And we have to assume that it's going to continue to be that way.
Goodness gracious, look at this guy.
If you're in downtown Lake Charles, it looks like
it's windy, all right. I really like to look at these here stationary cameras and see what's going on.
Make a little bit more distance, move a little
Where'd
bit
he
more
go?
before we start talking about who's going to be the next in line there.
On one of these earlier is where I saw the nader take form. Vince Welty, what are you doing over here? See the storm?
Yeah, the PDS tornado warning down there is going to continue for 14 more minutes. And then probably
Lord of
about 5
mercy.
minutes from now, we'll see a new warning issued. And we'll see what they do with that. Tornado warning continues for
Look at
14
all these
minutes
hail
in St.
reports.
Helena and East Feliciana parishes in Louisiana.
All right, PDS tornado
my
warning is
brother is,
continuing in Louisiana.
Exactly where he is.
Where who is?
My brother, one I ain't never met before. Robbie. My oldest brother.
Oh, I forget that is a thing, dear. And these storms down here have historically been pretty bad today, and will continue to be pretty bad into the evening, because if you can tell, these storms are coming up off the coast here. They're coming from the water, where all storms do. And they have all this moisture. And see, there's a cold front. Here, let me have my little drawing tool here. Hope you're doing all right. Hey, Jansen, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. There's a cold front up here that's moving in, see? And then we're in the warm sector over here, all of us. So here come these storms up from the coast, see? And they're colliding into these two fronts. And that's how all this storm initiation's happening. And that's why we've historically seen some of the worst storms today down in this area right here. And will likely continue to.
Where he is right now. So these storms are producing damage.
Is one of the
They are,
craziest
producing fatalities. And this is
velocity couplets I've ever seen.
Something that we expected today. Like, we knew that they were going to be damaging tornadoes. That's why we've been
that's crazy.
The alarms and everything.
There goes that.
And now that we're seeing the proof, right? Now that we're seeing
we're seeing.
Watch that.
We're watching other coverage. We're seeing a whole lot of storm damage. These things are laying flat whole communities with ease.
Yeah, they put them houses up real quick, but you see how quick they come down?
Not be another number.
The reason why they're put up so quick.
Let me see.
You know it's coming. You got a plan in place.
Yeah,
When you got people that don't know
your odds of surviving
how to put nails in the right place.
Yeah, we're gonna have any moment. We're gonna end up having a Let's just do this. Let me get super fancy.
All right. We got a considerable severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. New warning that just came out. Let's go fly to it.
It's going to take it just a minute to load, because I'm asking it to do a whole lot right now.
Oberlin and Pine Prairie in Louisiana. You guys are under this warning.
In case you don't know the difference between these, just a little lesson for you guys. This, let me get my pen. This reflectivity over here, this just, it's the typical radar that you see, right? The saturation, the precipitation, what kind it is, etc. You see, these darker places are harder rain. Then you see blue and purple colors for hail and snow. I feel like we all know that, right? Okay. These are both velocity down here. They're different types of velocity. So this velocity is just the way the wind is moving, right? So if it's moving toward the radar, it's going to be green. If it's moving away from the radar, it's going to be red. And you can see right here, rotation couplet. Anytime they get tight like that, that's a tight rotation and very indicative, although not always, usually, of a tornado. Then over here we have something that's just a little bit more of an intelligent product, and it's called storm relative velocity. This actually takes into account the entire movement, or the movement of the entire storm, not only the wind in that particular area, right? So this is going to be a little bit more accurate most of the time. There are caveats where that's not always the case, but most of the time that's the case. Correlation coefficient, or CC up here to the top right, is going to be the uniformity of the precipitation in the air, or whatever it is in the air. Say, all these colors right here are like things, so raindrops, etc. However, when you start to see these dark colors or these bright colors, that means there are different things, debris, for example, that do not belong in the atmosphere, right there.
We'll get through it. New
I know
tornado
his nose
warning
is
just
red.
issued. This is for East Carroll, West Carroll, Madison, Montrose, and Richland Parish in Louisiana.
Oh my goodness, that
Take shelter
rotation
now. This is going to go on for the
is
next 54 minutes.
insane.
Couple different areas
Look
of
at the
rotation here.
storm
Biggest
relative
one's gonna be north
velocity.
of Delhi
You
right
can
now,
literally
moving
see it
upwards
pulling it in.
Epps
That's one of the craziest things I've
and
ever seen.
Bayou Meadows Airport.
This is a nasty, nasty fella, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not good. I've never quite seen anything like it. And I'm no doctor, but I've been following storms closely for years.
Real quick,
That's
right
pretty
now,
bad.
everything seems mostly below severe limits up there. There's a special weather statement.
And
for,
right on
Some
time,
people don't understand either.
you can see right here.
Dark skies, you know what I mean? It's not even that.
See this right here? That would be what we call a tornado debris signature. That is confirmation that, in fact, the tornado is lifting debris into the atmosphere high enough for the radar to be able to see it.
St. Joseph, Natchez,
Not good.
Vicksburg.
Because think about how high it has to
Brookhaven.
lift the debris to really be seen by the radar.
Once again,
It's not
here,
great.
We still have several hours to go of our major tornado outbreak.
Don't say major tornado outbreak.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a major tornado outbreak. Okay, we're gonna go to the one that was just issued.
Here's some more
A little bit
photos
to our southeast.
of the
northeast,
unfortunate
rather.
damage,
Whatever
out there
direction
in
that is.
Butte, Mississippi. Once again, guys, just a reminder, you guys, without me really even talking about it, have helped us raise so far today about $1,700 for the Y'all Squad. If
We
you wanna help
donated
us
$15.
raise even more, you can go to y'allsquad.org and make a tax
Oh, yeah.
deductible
There you are.
donation to our
Very
official
worrisome.
501c3
Okay, I see.
nonprofit
It's
organization
continued
called the Y'all
from
Squad,
this one, is what it is.
where
I was
we will
looking for the
very likely be
rotation.
going to
It's
places
coming
like
up. Here we
Butte,
have our hail core.
and other places that get hit today
Here we have the
by
extreme
tornadoes, bringing in supplies,
tight
writing checks,
rotation that's
for
about to
people
come
who
into
need
this
help,
area. You
and
can even
stuff
see
like
it
that.
better over here,
We've got a lot of resources on our side. Thanks to y'all.
this area.
We're working on building out a big warehouse in Dallas, Texas.
And
right now. We're going to be doing Atlanta,
you can also
Georgia
see this
next.
debris
We've got a big
signature.
warehouse
That's
here
the
in
really
Knoxville,
scary
and
thing
we're
about
growing.
the tornadoes that I have
We're
personally
ready
observed
to go.
today,
All
like
right?
actually
So
seen on
if
radar,
you want
is
us to be
that
even more ready,
they have all
help
had a
us,
very clear and
really get out
pronounced
there and
debris
help people out there
signature,
with
which may not mean a
events like
lot to
this.
you, but that's
Go to
not
y'allsquad.com.
normal.
Thank you.
It is not
Alright.
normal to see
Here's
not
the
only
next
one,
tornado
but 2 or
estimate.
3 or 5 or 10 tornadoes consecutively that have clear and pronounced debris signatures. That is not an everyday occurrence by a long shot. So this is, I mean, we could be looking very well at a historic outbreak right now. This could be the next April 2011, May 2013 type deal that we're watching unfold right now.
The storm gets there to make the decision to, include the town, which is at this point
That
not a bad
debris
idea.
signature. What
But,
that's going to be is
hey,
right
listen, if you're watching
here.
this right now, if you're in Hackett,
Notice how
especially if
it
you're on the southwestern
lines up
side,
with
down
this
here near the high
rotation
school,
with the hook
recreation
that's over
area,
here once
just know that
everything
within
stops
15 minutes,
momentarily.
the strongest tornado that we've
For
seen
anybody that
today
just
likely
joined,
is
hello.
gonna
We're
be
following a
going
little bit of the
down
weather.
in about 15
I'm no
minutes to get
expert,
everything
but
ready
I'm
to
a
go.
weather watcher and a weather
Shoes
lover.
on.
And if you're in
Alright,
any of these
put
states
your
and would
helmet
like to have a more personalized thing than someone big like Ryan Holler, Max Velocity, have your questions answered for sure, because I'm not all that popular, please join. A little bit of a brief explanation. Right here, we're looking at reflectivity. Okay, that's going to be the type of stuff that's fallen. Rain, snow, hail, sleet, etc. Down here, we're looking at velocity. This is simple velocity. It just measures the wind. If it's going toward the radar, it's going to be green. If it's moving away, it's going to be red. Bottom right is storm relative velocity. It's a little bit more of an intelligent product. It also takes into account the entire storm's movement instead of just the wind. And up here, we're going to have correlation coefficient, or CC. You might hear somebody talk about a CC drop. When you see a CC drop like this guy right here, it is called a tornado debris signature, or TDS, which means it is confirmation debris is being lifted high enough into the air to be able to see it on radar.
You talk too fast.
Well, I'm trying to get through the whole spiel. I'm sorry to laugh. If you know me, you know. So that's just a little bit of a brief explanation. Also, I'm having extreme allergies. You'll have to excuse me. I'm taking medicine. Look at that. This is so worrisome to me. Not this right here. That's what's extremely worrisome. Also, all these products, you can tell they're ununiform, like we were speaking about before, because see over here, that's hail. That's why you see the purple there. It's hail, and that's telling the correlation. Hello, Storm watching with Leah. Welcome, Mary. So glad to see you, Unc. This is definitely one of my passions.
All right, let's check in on another.
I absolutely love the weather, severe weather, boring weather. These are absolutely some of the worst tornadoes I've ever observed. And anytime there's any kind of outbreak or significant parameters, I'm on the lookout. I'm watching my people. I'm watching my chasers. I'm seeing what's good. Y'all, we still have down here in Louisiana this ongoing PDS tornado warning. It's a particularly dangerous situation. It's a tornado that's been on the ground almost 2 hours now. Almost 2 hours this guy's been on the ground tearing things up. And he has no end in sight from what I can see. His rotation's still strong. Correlation coefficient is still deep. This is not good, y'all. We're moving toward the Sabine National Wildlife Refuge. I've been following this since before it entered Port Arthur over an hour ago. It's been on the ground ever since. I used to want to chase storms, and then I had kids. That's what happened there, Mary. Then I said, look at this. Jeez. I don't know if any of y'all follow weather and any of it would mean anything to you, but these velocity couplets are unreal. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, just since I've been paying close attention to the weather, it is 100% the worst velocity couplets I've ever seen on radar. Undoubtedly. Hello, I know, almost 2. Is that not crazy, Bob? It's absolutely insane. I've rarely ever heard of a tornado being on the ground more than, even the tri-state tornado was only on the ground, I think, 45 minutes, and it went through 3 states.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This guy's, its forward motion can't be much. Which is also scary because it's obviously a considerable tornado, and if it's moving slowly, that's almost a guarantee it's going to tear shit up. That's what happened with the Greenberg EF3 that leveled the entire city. Yeah, they usually are. They usually are, Bob. I believe the average tornadoes on the ground for like 5 to 15 minutes, I believe. Don't quote me. Less than half an hour, usually. I know that's right, Muri. Preach, preach, preach. You know what he just said, Ben? He said, it's called weather modification at its best. Or one might say worse. That's exactly what me and Ryan were just talking about. Maybe if they'd quit messing with their weather, Mother Nature would quit hitting back.
Okay, the Mayfield, Kentucky tornado. We were telling people an hour or two before the tornado.
Do you see this?
You know what I mean?
The older people in chat, tell me, as long as you've been alive and paying attention to the weather, have you ever seen anything like what you're seeing right now?
So you've got a really good opportunity here to take advantage
this
of
PDS tornado. Yeah, almost 2 hours it's been on. And I've been 2, sometimes 3 tornado outbreaks, severe weather. Like it used to be every decade, every 3 years, every 5 years. They would even not like to call things an outbreak. And now it's an outbreak constantly.
All right, so constantly. Just now tuning in, we do have an extremely dangerous tornado on the ground right now. It just went past Port Arthur. This guy's
still going. And see, here's the thing, y'all. As I was explaining a minute ago, but I know a whole lot of y'all have not been here too long. If we look closely at where this is located, see, the reason this is ongoing, and the very scary part is will likely continue to be ongoing, is that, see, right here, there's cold air. It's a cold front trying to move through. And if you're anywhere in the east, you know there's a warm front been hanging out for a few days on our side, right? That's a recipe for disaster. Then here these storms light up, head up this way where the warm and cold air are colliding, and bam, that moisture is getting fed in constantly from the coast. These fronts continue to mash into each other, and the only hope these storms are going to have to begin to fizzle is sunset, because diurnal heating contributes vastly to feeding
Gotta figure
into
out a
the
more
severe weather.
substantial shelter to get to.
Yes, there are 6 tornadoes on the ground right now, at least 6. Yeah, they do. They usually do, Mary, right? It's highly unusual. And I mean, there's multiple tornadoes right now. As of right now, there are, I think that's a twofer. So I believe there are 4 different tornadoes on the ground. We'll go look at these other ones here. Up here in Madison. And of course, they're all in this area. Yeah, this. Look at this. Would you look at this right here? This is Radar Omega, by the way. I'll do a little spiel about it here in a minute. These are all hail reports. These are spotters or EMS workers or police that have reported 1.5, 1.2, 1.2, 1.5 inch hail, all right there in that area. Look at all this lightning getting lit up. This is crazy. The power of these storms is almost unbelievable.
Mississippi. This is from Madison, East Carroll, and Franklin Parish in Louisiana.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's moving. She's moving.
In Mississippi.
And we have our clear and pronounced debris signature. This is why it's good to have multiple products. It's a little bit harder to see the rotation on the normal. It almost looks broader on the regular velocity. However, when we come over here to our storm relative velocity, the rotation, the very large rotation quickly becomes evident. If this is not at least a mile or a mile and a half wide tornado, I'd be surprised. This is a big boy. What about Kentucky? That's a good question. There was one in Kentucky earlier. Looks like Kentucky's in the clear right now. I know.
Stay tuned.
Golly. I saw something about Kentucky in the update.
Shout out to Raza. Thank you for the very generous super chat.
Where are you at?
Active Gamer. What does the weather intensity score mean?
I'm going to have to go to the singing.
A number of parameters.
You want to give me a zip code? If you give me a zip code, I can specifically look at it. Don't get crazy and give an address, just a zip code.
There's no high
Henderson.
or low
I can work with that.
Well, it doesn't go below 0. But there's no cap. It's just all of these.
Why are you not wanting to? Hello?
The weather world, or each thing is assigned a point value, and the more of those that stack up, the higher the score. It's just a way to give our team.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to go like this.
Broad scale, how active the weather currently is in the United States.
Why will you not let me search?
And 310 is high. It's usually about an 8. One down here in Mississippi. We've got
well, Kentucky's just outside for today. I do believe tomorrow you're within the risk. We can talk about that a little bit more. That's where Ryan Hall's house is. See, up here is a little Y'all Squad house up here. I thought I saw something about Kentucky. Look at that. What a beautiful view. But yeah, this radar here is going to be Radar Omega. Like I said, I'll do a spiel about it here in a minute. Let's take a look at these warnings. And if you notice, all these severe warnings, once again, are within this hatched area, almost like the NWS knows what it's doing, right? More hail reported down here. Okay, yeah, I'll put it in my app. I'll put it in my app on my phone so that I can get alerts if anything starts getting crazy.
How high is 310?
I was trying to do that a second ago, but for some reason, I might need to update it on my computer. It would not let me do that on my computer for some unknown reason.
So we're still trying to understand exactly what the numbers mean.
We're getting gas. Corey's getting gas.
Put it up there, but I figured it was an interesting way to
Whoops, that's what am I doing here?
we use it
Look at this.
to make decisions.
Oh, man. Brandon copied the tornado sniffer. Looks like they're all trying to get their bearings and get to the next storm.
How come the wind is blowing so hard from the south? just a big
This
weather
is just
system,
insane, y'all.
surrounding us.
All right, here we go. There's some more 1.2, 1.2 inch. Look at all these hail reports. That is insane.
Lots of people impacted. Lots of strong winds. All
Absolutely
across this
insane.
corridor.
Okay, let's
Very strong
requad
winds,
it.
Coming out of the Gulf out in front.
I
Very
just can't
strong
believe.
winds aloft, with the trough
You have
here,
to.
projecting
Oh
back
my
to the
lord!
northeast.
See right there.
So it's just a large weather system that's infecting.
That's what I
that's
need to pull
impacting
up.
everyone. And strong winds
That
back
is
here in
exactly.
Texas,
See,
part
that's what I was just explaining. Let me actually pull that up. That's a great.
Go ahead, Elijah.
DuPage. Let me see these. No, where's? Okay, here we go. Weather. College of DuPage. Right there. This is a wonderful, great way to see. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted.
Next to it, there's an entire grove of trees that have been completely snapped.
Dang it. Now look here. It's a great way to see everything from forecast models to satellite feed.
We had was an extremely strong tornado, as we knew from the roughly 20,000 feet.
It's just the wind, period.
A new tornado watch has been issued.
We had some incredibly strong tornadoes today.
Can
as
you?
expected.
There we go.
We expect the threat to continue.
I apologize. I'm trying to get some of this figured out.
Having still a really strong continued threat with the QLCS tornadoes will go on well into the overnight period. So it's going to go on for quite some time here. Buckle in, especially if you're in Mississippi and western portions of Alabama. We're not quite done in Louisiana yet either, though. So we'll keep you updated on that.
Oh, they've changed some stuff. That's actually really cool.
David WX, for the very generous super chat. Thanks to Daniel,
all right,
member, and DK Jetson.
I'm gonna have to change the sector selection right here.
Just make sure you stay tuned here or with your local weather service to get warning updates. Okay.
Okay. If you notice here,
we're not really forecasting at this point.
This right here.
All right, we're waiting on the storms to form.
If you see what's happening, anybody that knows anything about weather, this is exactly the problem. See, this collision is what's happening. And you notice it's starting, look at all that, and it's starting to fizzle out. So it's not something that'll be here forever and a day, but it's something that we're dealing with right now. That's what I was talking about with the cold front and the warm front.
Yeah, there's going to be more severe weather tomorrow. Like east of the
well, you know, we're here for you, Bob. Whatever I can do to help. I'm certainly no expert, but I can be like, hey, it's a nader.
But of course, we'll update you.
I'm very confident in my ability to know a nader when I see one on radar. Oh, my Lord. This is called a scattered spike. That's probably a 2-point scatter spike up here. That you see with the correlation coefficient, how they look spiky all of a sudden. And that only ever occurs when the storms are very, very strong.
It's wildly different from the Mayfield storm. And it's
everything we're seeing is
yeah, this is definitely a very impactful event for sure. I'm just glad that
historic. I don't know another word for it.
Towns, in the same way that the Mayfield storm did. Don't get me wrong, it's caused damage, and it's going to be a long.
Let's go check on our PDS over here.
But we've avoided a major population center in Flatton, which that kind of storm can do that. You know, Pab, thank you for that. Josh, gusts as high as 81 miles per hour. Yeah, so things are getting gnarly all up and down this line. We're going to see strong winds potentially.
This is the same one that's been on the ground. Sure. Here, coming through Port Arthur.
The strongest.
And I hate to say,
will be reserved for areas farther.
He still appears to me to be on the ground.
There's going to be some severe weather even up there in portions of Tennessee tonight, but not quite like what we're dealing with.
Weather up here tonight.
Yeah, and early in the morning. This velocity product right here is absolutely one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life.
Still got a chance to
That's
a little bit.
crazy.
So let's hope that happens. One thing that I am noticing, you see this little line right here.
And the fact that this is scatter spiked and that it's
the tornadoes
there's
back
not
here,
a small
right?
area anymore on the CC. It's not like a single CC drop because this tornado has been on the ground for so long and done so much damage at this point that all of this is debris. All these little spikes are debris, which is terrifying to think about.
This line right here is rain cooled air pushing out like this.
This ain't hitting no
This
major
is the warm,
populated
moist air
area.
that's needed to continue.
Yeah,
the tornado.
yeah, and this is
See
this
how far
particular
away they are?
storm
I mean,
anyway
it's-
hasn't.
Now, another thing that can happen is like if they can just maintain this.
Some of the
distance,
smaller
it's
storms have
gonna
hit populated
draw
areas. This one in
tornado, which is
particular
what they've done
has
so
hit
far.
mainly
But if you
like
want to see
oil
tornado not
towns.
continue, you're going to root for this line to go faster than the tornado, essentially.
I'm
This
talking
is
like a
just
major populated
Right
area,
now,
you know
it's
what I
yeah,
mean?
like a
still,
metroplex or something.
Sustaining
Yeah,
tornado
like,
genesis, and it's still
Still
producing a
people
big
getting
tornado.
messed up.
Right there over the
It's
National
just-
Wildlife Refuge. Next in line.
This.
It sucks in there is they ain't got
Highway
basements
27
or anything because
corridor.
everything floods, you know what I mean?
Calikasu Lake.
I just can't believe what I'm looking at with this. This is just
Hey, in
insane.
Louisiana,
Okay, let's look at these
Calikasu
other
Lake
guys.
near Hackberry. How do you say that? Like the locals.
That's Calcasieu Lake
Oh,
near Hackberry, Louisiana.
Dude, I've said that like a
The little y'all bot. I love the y'all bot.
All right. So yeah, you guys are. The next
Oh, okay,
in
there
line
you went.
to
I'm like,
receive
hello.
this. We're about 30 minutes out before it gets there. So we'll see.
Oh,
what
it
happens.
wants to run
Whenever
slow.
the rotation gets about right here, we'll probably see a new polygon issue. We'll see if they continue that PDS warning, or if
And I
they,
need a radar close to
the
it.
radar indicator. We'll see.
There we go. Give me that one. Thank you. Now you'll
That's
see
a
our
nasty
information.
line right there, man.
Yeah, it's got lots of squigglies, lots of hookies, little
Mhm.
fingers coming out.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Paulette. And thank you, everybody that went over to the Y'all Squad.
You're welcome, because we did too. Oh my gosh, look at this. And really, this is a scary thing. It's probably why they've made the polygon so large relative to what you normally see, is because this entire line. I mean, look at the velocity. The entire line is really quite questionable at this point. Even over here on our storm relative velocity, where we get more information, it's a more intelligent product. You see tight rotation along the entire line. There could be little QLCS spin-up tornadoes anywhere within this line, really.
Kansas, Franklin, Cathula, and Concordia Parish in Louisiana. That's going to be moving up towards.
Oh, does she like weather?
Newton, 60 mile per hour.
I've always enjoyed the weather. I've always had a thing for storms, but I definitely have gotten more so interested lately, for sure.
The strong winds associated with this are getting ready to move into Robertson. So make sure you guys are ready for
Goodness
that.
gracious.
Additionally, big time severe weather warning up here for Alexandria. So
Oh, I cannot. Okay, I'll tell you what. I've got to.
In Alexandria.
We're gonna put Ryan Hall on for just a minute. I do believe he would accept being streamed on my stream. I've got to put
warning for places like
some chili, and it's delicious. I got to put some baked potatoes in the oven on Earth, like literally. So enjoy him for just a moment while I go put baked potatoes in the oven.
This is getting ready to move into the Pine Prairie and Oberlin area in Louisiana. Get ready up there near the Cheneyville landing strip.
Continue to have a tornado warning for the next 44 minutes.
That's all of our severe thunderstorm minutes for Tallulah. Storm chaser Nathan Moore is on that storm. I'll show you his camera right now. This is what it looks like. Oops, what the heck? Okay, this is what it looks like in Tallulah, Louisiana. This is the tornado warned storm. He's out in front of it. He's looking for a tornado. From what I can tell so far, he hasn't found one.
Up here a little bit
farther to the north, we got a tornado warning let up a little bit, but there is enough of it there to where we might see a new tornado warning issued here for Rolling Fork, Lake Providence and Cary and Marysville and all these places from a couple of years ago. But it is a dangerous.
Last but not least,
our PDS tornado warning continues, and velocity and not said, oh my gosh. Yeah, so exactly front of the tornadic circulation, choking off the warm Gulf air from getting to the tornado. So the tornado has dissipated.
How long is that going to last? I don't know. We still need to be in our safe spots.
And that happened very fast. How long is that going to last? I don't know. We still need to be in our safe spots around Hackberry. That's definitely one of the longest.
Let me take this moment as we have
to go get myself something to drink. I'll be right back.
we might have a little.
I recommend you guys do the same thing as we have a brief period of time. In the meantime,
by 4:50 p.m., the storm could affect Omega. In terms of critical points of interest in the warning area, there are 3 airports that could be affected: Omega Landing Strip, Gustafson Airport, and 4B Ranch Airport. These facilities should take all necessary precautions to keep Louisiana technical away from windows, and preferably in a basement or an interior room without windows. With Connor Croft, who is currently streaming live from Wesson, Mississippi. He's live on YouTube.
National Weather Center. Yep, this is 5 minutes. Who knew?
In Louisiana. At 4:48 p.m. Central Standard Time, a tornado was located over Sabine National Wildlife Refuge. The tornado is accompanied by Courtney. Flying debris can pose a serious threat to those without adequate protection. Mobile homes may be damaged.
So there is a lot of
Hey Ryan, the Port Arthur area. So even though we talked about the tornado just barely missing the actual town of Port Arthur, there was extremely strong winds of Port Arthur. There is a lot of damage that occurred. RVs were flipped, trailer homes were flipped. The emergency management over there is, for the most part, exactly where they need to go because there's so much damage that was producing the big tornado. So
that update, a lot of damage around Port Arthur. So we're going to keep you updated on that. Anything you hear, Elijah, you can't interrupt too much. Just let us know as it comes in, because at this point, we just witnessed 2 huge tornadoes, and the way it usually works is. Somebody will tell somebody that there's a tornado coming and then share my stream with them. And then you're on the phone with them and they're in Port Arthur or wherever it is. And then that town gets hit and then maybe they've lost power and maybe you don't hear from them for a moment. And then we have to move on to the next town. And I just want to make sure that we keep talking about Port Arthur and all these places that we've been talking about to make sure everybody's updated. But of course it takes a while for some of the really good high quality information to come in. And anyways, just watching, for those of you who don't know, that is on 24/7. It does basically what I'm doing here, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on the Ryan Hall Y'all Extra channel. You can subscribe to it, go tune in whenever you want. If there's a severe thunderstorm, pretty cool. It's something that we've been working on here, and we've got that. And even though we've been working, always going to go live, and everybody coming together like this. But all of us can't be here 24/7. So that's where the AI comes in. Here's the tornado warning for Tallulah. The storm is about to make it into Tallulah right now. We've still got Nathan Moore out there on that storm, so you can see his feed down there. Convincing signature west of Tallulah. It's moving pretty fast to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. Flying debris is a danger. Some places in the path include Mansford, Omega, Soundimer, Richmond, and what is that? Alsatia. Get to shelter now.
It's not an app. The Y'all thing is it's a YouTube channel. It's a Ryan Hall Y'all Extra channel. All right. So
it's not an app. The Y'all thing is it's a YouTube channel. Just go. It's the Ryan Hall Y'all Extra channel.
But we still do have a
all right. So our other tornado warning. This is, by the way, we minutes from now we might be able to give you the all clear.
This honestly, right now, this is probably the most impressive looking one, as we do have a
We continue to have a tornado warning over here in Amite County, Mississippi. At this, honestly, right now, this is probably coming together as it approaches Macomb. We've got Corey Gherkin storm chasing up there in Macomb on the radar Omega. Okay. Macomb, you're not under a tornado warning yet, but you could be soon. It's right now. Pretty strong rotation, honestly. It's very broad. I don't see any signs of an imminent tornado, but this looks like something the National Weather Service would typically issue a warning for. So I'd be looking out for the sirens in the general Cary vicinity of.
If it's my Wi-Fi, I'll continue to be watching. Your mom's calling me.